The Hunt family is a great NFL family. And he was talking about Mahomes has a little Jordan feel to him. And he was saying, it's amazing. Patrick had so much success early in his career. As great as Michael was, it took a few years before he won his first championship. He goes, Patrick is so far ahead of where we thought he would be. The difference, of course, is that not only was Michael Jordan great, but Rodman was the best rebounder in the game. Phil Jackson was the best coach in the game. Tony Kukoc was the best European in the game. Steve Kerr was the best shooter in the game. Scottie Pippen was the best Robin to a Batman in the game. It was easy to pick Michael Jordan. He was surrounded by so much. But let's think about this Kansas City team Sunday. Their defense, total defense, they're ranked 16th, right in the middle of the league. Their run game is ranked 16th, right in the middle of the league. Sacks, they're 19th. Offensive line this morning is the second best one in that game Sunday. If you are picking Kansas City, you're just picking the early Michael Jordan. You're picking Michael to just beat the Celtics, the Pistons, the Lakers. Tampa's got the better defensive line this morning. That's not arguable. Tampa's got the better offensive line this morning due to injuries. Tampa's got the better linebackers. Tampa's at home. Tampa currently has the better run game. They have the better pass rush. All of it, Tampa. Better roster, deeper roster. If you like Kansas City, then you are betting on Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And, I get it. Because a year ago, San Francisco, in my opinion, had the better roster. And I liked Garoppolo, and I loved Shanahan. And they still couldn't win. Because Kansas City scored 21 points in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. The most complete roster doesn't win Super Bowls. In fact, let's look at this year. If you ask me the most complete roster in the NFL, I would say the New Orleans Saints. Hell, they've got a third quarterback I like a little bit. That's the best roster in the league. They've been gone for weeks. I actually think the second best roster in the NFL, even with Jared Goff, was the Rams. They'll just draft the best player available. They don't have an absolute need, especially now they have Stafford. They don't have something they have to draft. Their secondary's great. Their D-line's great. Their O-line ranked third PFF. Their receivers are amazing. Tight end and running back Cam Akers. Those teams are long gone. And the Buccaneers, in my opinion, probably have the third best roster in the National Football League. And it guarantees absolutely nothing. Now I can see them winning. It's called the 2007 Super Bowl, where the flashy Patriots, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, and all those points came in, and the New York Giants defensive line just wore down even Dante Scarnecchia's Patriot offensive line. They just wore them down. And in the end, Giants made a big play and upset those unbeaten Patriots. There's no question that's possible. In fact, the wise guys, the sharps in Vegas, jumped on Tampa plus 3.5. That's the game they mostly envision. The early bettors is that D-line just doing a Giants on the Patriots and controlling the Kansas City Chiefs. But boy, it is hard to bet against Reid and Mahomes and special. In almost half their drives in the playoffs, almost half, the Chiefs have scored a touchdown. That doesn't make any sense. It's incredibly difficult to bet against special. I remember when the Miami Heat were great. And you had Bosh and LeBron and Wade. And they had no size. They had no size. Like Joel Anthony was a center. He was 6'8". They weren't very good at point guard. Point guards always matter in the finals. They had a new kid coach, Spoelstra. Their bench was hit and miss. At times they were too old. LeBron and Wade didn't even perfectly fit together. Bosh's game got marginalized. Hey, Chris, 25 a game? Go out in the perimeter and shoot jumpers. But it was special. They'd go through these 6, 7, 8-minute spurts, and you're like, yeah, this is special. That's Kansas City. Hard to bet against. I'll give my pick in 50 minutes.